We're going to do some gluteal isometrics. A lot of times people will say that their glutes don't fire or that you can't find their glutes, and isometrics are a great way to improve the mind-body connection so we feel the muscles that we're trying to identify and to encourage to work more. Also, our tendon health gets improved with isometrics. When we hold an isometric, we're holding a position and we're putting force through that tissue, which helps to stimulate the tendon. So we're going to use a chair for balance, and you're going to take one foot behind you. Now, our isometric is a held position, so we're going to have to put a little bit of imagination in here. We're going to be lifting this back leg and pausing. Now, just lifting this is technically an isometric, but it may not feel like a whole lot. If I were to be in that room with you and push down on your foot and you weren't doing anything, your foot would drop, right? So imagine I'm there and I'm pushing down on the back of your heel. That would make the glutes and even some hamstring here really have to work to push that foot up. So I want you to get your leg up only as high as you can keep neutral, and then I want you to hold that and press, 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 push through that heel. Now here it might look like my foot's against the wall, and actually that would be a great idea. I could put my foot into that wall like I'm trying to bust through the wall and push the wall up. So I have both the idea of going up and sort of through, and that should help me get that glute, because our glutes do a lot of things, but they mostly extend the hip, i.e. open up the front of the hip here, and they can do that by pushing or they can do that by pulling back. So we want to feel that sensation in the glute as I push and pull up, and you might feel it in your standing leg. Bonus, it's going to be working too. Then you're going to take that leg down and you're going to take a breather. So you might hold that for 10 seconds in the beginning, aiming for 15. You could work all the way up to 30. Now, next, we're going to do the same idea, but slightly different. So I had my hips aiming down. So now I'm going to be turning my hips out. So as I approach it now, I'm going to have my hand on the chair. My toes are aiming to that chair, and I'm actually going to bring my forearm onto the chair. And now you can see my hips have turned open. So it's like our hip airplane. I'm at the part where I've rotated away from the chair. And so now I might feel more of the side of my hip. Now, something to play with, these toes, if they turn down, I'm internally rotating that thigh to the floor, I might actually feel a little bit more towards kind of the corner of my hip, whereas if I turn my toes up, I might be feeling more in the front here. We tend to already kind of overwork that front area, not everybody, but if you are that person that you're feeling like it's just a ball of stress here or knots here, you're going to turn those toes down and encourage your heel to push up and feel more the back side of the hip. I would generally say most of us can turn those toes just slightly down and emphasize the push through the back corner of your heel. And again, it's like I'm sort of pushing through a wall and I'm going up the wall. So I have both my leg lifting up, but I'm also pushing out through it, and I'm going to feel that nice sort of energetic engagement here. I might feel it in my back. I might feel it in my abdominals. Our leg doesn't just stop at our leg. Let's be honest. Our muscles all work together. So you might feel some stimulation here. If you're feeling pressure or pain in your low back, specific pinpoint sort of pain, I want you to lower that leg and I want you to pull up through your abs a little bit more so that I don't end up sort of back bending to get that leg up, but rather just bring my leg up to the height that I can keep my neutral spine and my core connected. So again, you're going to hold that for 10 to 30 seconds. Next up, we're going to do internal rotation. So for my internal rotation, I'm going to show you on this leg so you can see the work here in the hip. My standing leg is going to be rooted, and my back leg is going to come up. Now, it doesn't have to go high. It could even stay down. But as I face you this way, instead of neutral where we were before with this level and rotated that we did secondly, we're going to be turning down into it. I don't want to overdo it here. The tendon here is going to be stretched, but I don't want to feel like it's sharp. I want to feel like it's a nice engagement. It might feel like the back of the hip kind of starts to warm up and turn on. So that might mean my back foot just stays down and I turn into it and really push through that standing foot. I might be able to lift that leg up, but it may not be necessary. So just feel like you're really loading that hip, pushing into your big toe and getting that to turn on. You could even bend the knee a little bit more if that feels more conducive to feeling the glute work. You might feel a little more quad, that's okay, but we're just stimulating this area. And from the front here, I'm turning into this side. Remember, no pain, no gain is bullshit. So don't follow that adage. We want to have no pain. When you're rebuilding tissue, there should be no pain. If there is pain, you have progressed too quickly and you're going to cause a setback. So you want to just gradually increase the load. And load is either time or tension, in other words, weight, right? So over time, you're going to be able to do longer holds, or over time, you might be able to hold a weight or lift your hands up to have more of your body weight on that leg. All of those things are going to help you to progress over time. We want to first start with being able to get up to 30 seconds and be able to do 3 sets on each leg.